This is the most beautiful engineering compromise in automotive history. A car so radical, so impossibly elegant, that it almost never existed at all. But it did. And the story of how it came to be begins in a place few would expect. Germany, 1945. What had once been one of the most advanced automotive manufacturers in the world was now a landscape of twisted steel, shattered buildings, and silent assembly lines. Factories destroyed, production halted, a nation rebuilding from ruins, everything gone. And yet, amid the devastation, a small group of engineers gathered with a vision for the future. They had limited resources, limited facilities, limited time, but they had an idea. What if a car could be built around a lightweight skeleton instead of a conventional heavy frame? A structure made from thin steel tubes welded together into an incredibly rigid space frame, strong enough to race, light enough to redefine performance. The man leading this vision was Rudolf Uhlenhaut, an engineer of extraordinary talent. He didn't simply design the car, he tested it, refined it, drove it harder than anyone else. At a time when most manufacturers were returning to familiar solutions, Mercedes-Benz was rethinking the automobile from the ground up. The result was unlike anything the world had seen. By 1952, the new machine was ready. Its first destination was not a showroom. It was Le Mans, the most demanding endurance race on Earth. 24 hours of speed, darkness, fatigue, and mechanical punishment. Every lap was a challenge. Every hour was a test of survival. When the race ended, Mercedes-Benz had finished first and second. The message was unmistakable. Mercedes had returned. But the most famous part of the story came from an unexpected problem. The revolutionary space frame was incredibly strong, yet its side rails sat so high that conventional doors could not be fitted. The engineers faced a choice: redesign the entire structure or rethink the door itself. They chose the second option. The doors were cut into the roof and hinged upward. What appeared to be a bold styling statement was actually pure engineering logic. The Gullwing was born. And beneath the long hood was another breakthrough. A 3-liter straight-six engine equipped with direct fuel injection. Technology derived from aviation, more precise, more efficient, more powerful. While many sports cars of the era struggled to approach 100 miles per hour, the 300 SL could reach nearly 160. It became the fastest production car in the world. Every detail served a purpose. The engine was tilted to one side to lower the hood line. The body was shaped for aerodynamic efficiency. Nothing was accidental. This was not a car assembled from parts. It was a machine composed with intent. Then came 1954. The production version was unveiled to the public, and instantly it became one of the most desirable automobiles ever created. People didn't just admire it, they remembered it. Clark Gable, Sophia Loren, Pablo Picasso. The Gullwing attracted actors, artists, racing drivers, and collectors alike. Owning one was more than transportation, it was a statement. From the alpine roads of Europe to the Côte d'Azur, the 300 SL became a symbol of achievement, style, and innovation. Every line seemed to flow through the air, every curve appeared purposeful. Even standing still, it looked fast. And those doors, more than 70 years later, they remain one of the most recognizable automotive designs ever created. Only 1,400 Gullwings were built. Today, surviving examples regularly sell for more than $1 million. Exceptional cars can command several million. They now reside in some of the world's most prestigious collections, not merely as automobiles, but as cultural artifacts, as symbols of a remarkable moment in history, a moment when a group of engineers refused to accept limitations, when destruction gave way to innovation, when imagination triumphed over circumstance. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SL was never just a car. It was proof that extraordinary things can emerge from the most difficult times. The car that rose from the ashes of war and became immortal. The car that turned engineering into art. And perhaps the finest example of what happens when brilliant minds refuse to give up. If you would like to own this artwork and discover more stories behind the world's most iconic automobiles, you'll find the link in the description.